Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I really hate this music. I'm enjoying the Huey, but I really hate that music, so I'm gonna switch back to something else cooler. How about the Tiger? There you go. Some kind of Top Gun-esque thing going on. So what else can we do in the Huey that would be fun? I've done Nevada free flight. I've done Persian Gulf free flight. You know what I want to try though? I'm going to do the city tour. Because I did this in VR the other day. I want to see what the city tour looks like on my 2D panel with 3840 by 1080 144 Hz. I'm curious. And here's the thing. My video settings are the same identical settings I use for VR. So if I go in here and I go to settings, options, these are the same exact settings I'm using in VR right now. Nothing has changed, just to keep it fair, for comparison's sake. So there's no MSAA, there's no SSAA, so some things can look better, and I have the extra horsepower to pull it off because I'm not in VR. So it's hard to see, but I'm sitting here and I'm bouncing at about 170 to 199 frames per second up in the top left corner right now. Okay, let's bring her up. A little bit of left pedal to keep it from torquing. Now we're up. Alrighty. Up we go. Let's see what we can do. What's this guy look like? Actually, let me turn off the labels first. Oh yeah, it's a chrome one again. That's cool. I like the chrome Huey. It's pretty badass. Now, with all these buildings and all these objects rendering, I'm getting about 119, 120, 118, 120. 120 FPS is pretty damn good. That's pretty awesome right now. Oh, I should have turned on MSI Afterburner because it's a bigger FPS counter. You can see better and it'll actually record. For some reason, I can't get MSI Afterburner to record in VR though, so I'm not sure why or what's going on with that. But these are the same exact visual options I'm using for VR, and I'm achieving 120 FPS on average, it looks like. Now technically, if you think about it, and I didn't realize this until recently, or I knew it but it didn't really click, is the fact that when you get the frame counter in VR and it says 40 FPS and it's a locked 40, you're technically getting 80 FPS because it's rendering both eyes. So you're rendering two displays at the same time with the same imagery, if that makes sense. So to be fair, I guess VR is 80, but that 80 in VR does not feel like 80 outside of VR, if that makes any sense. It just doesn't. The city looks pretty cool. I'm liking this, man. This actually looks a little nicer than it did in VR. Like I said, the depth perception is what you miss more than anything. And it's really hard to get used to with TrackIR because I'm just moving my head ever so slightly and I'm spinning all the way around the back seat. So that's different. Watch out for these cranes, man. These things are everywhere. Yeah, it's dipping down to about 110 to 112 at the very lowest, and then jumping back to about 120. So that's pretty awesome for FPS. And again, I'm running an i5 9600K. I did bump my all of my cores to 5 gigahertz the other day. just for the hell of it, to see if that would change anything. And I think in VR it did help me a little bit, because now I seem to be at a steady 40 FPS in VR, which is like 80, I guess, right? Because technically it's rendering both eyes, but it's still a single screen that you're getting that on, so I don't know how to really think about that, I guess. Rather well, though. I jumped right in and started flying it, so it doesn't seem terribly difficult to fly. I'm glad it wasn't, because I was afraid it was going to be like the KA-50. A lot of people say the KA-50 is easy. I just haven't figured it out yet, and I don't know why. It's really irritating me, because I really want to like the KA-50. It's got so many more weapon systems. It looks like it would be so much fun to blow shit up in, and I just can't fly it without breaking it and having the rotor assemblies just snap in half and fly all over the place. Yeah, it's very, very disturbing that continues to happen. Even in this area, I'm getting 112, 115. That's really good, and this looks way better than it did in VR. Again, the depth perception is what you don't get. I want to land this thing on that crazy helipad, but I'm just not that good yet. This is day 2 of the Huey, so yeah, it's going to take a lot more practice than day 2 jumping out there. Popping this thing down on that pad, on that really cool, weird hotel that sits on the edge of the water and has a helipad on top of it. There's that triangular shape on top of the fly fixed thing everything's through. That looks pretty cool. Oh, I'm going the wrong way, and I want to go behind it. There's the big building. The big building's over there, so is the picture frame and that crazy hotel. So let's whip this around and see if I can get crazy with this thing and not break it. Let's pick up some speed and see what she can do. It's really dark though. The shadows aren't rendering right. But again, I'm using the crazy settings I used in VR to keep things rather smooth. But look, I'm at like 130, 135 right now, because things are kind of dark and blacked out. So it's not being tasked to render tons of stuff. 140. I'm so happy I got this. I was really bummed that I didn't get it during the last sale because I was too slow to get it. Well, there's the picture frame. We're already coming up on that. There's some tall building. Yeah, now I'm down to about 107 FPS. So things are getting a little bit more challenging. And I think it has to do with the fact that the sun is out more over here. There's more shadows being rendered. It's a little bit more taxing, I think. Zoom out here. There we go. Man, that looks good. Why can't VR look that good? Yeah, I think I play VR 70% of the time, and then another 30% I jump back to my TrackIR with this 49-inch super ultra wide, because it just looks so good and the performance is better. I have a feeling I'm not going to be able to throw this thing around like I can a fixed wing to zip through that distance. This probably isn't going to end well, guys. I'm going to warn you right now. But we're going to try it. It may not be successful, but I'm going to try it. This is pretty close. Come on. Don't hit the blades, don't hit the blades, don't hit the blades. I did it. How's that? Not bad for a somewhat helicopter noob, because I haven't flown choppers in ages. I was really into this back in the longbow days, and the Comanche versus Hokum. Actually, I even liked Interactive Magic's Apache and Hind games. Those were digital integration. They were made by DI. There's two awesome British developers back in the day. And I wonder what happened to these guys, because they were good. It'd be nice to see them come back. Digital integration, and then digital image design, which is DID. Those are the guys that did Eurofighter and the F-22 ASF, Air Superiority Fighter, ASF. And those were really good sims back in the day. I mean, technically, in the overall scheme of things, you really can't call a lot of those titles, I guess, simulations by the same standard of what we judge a simulation by today, because of the DCS, you know, set the bar so high, I guess, in terms of, you know, simulating systems so realistically, and startup procedures, and, you know, the wealth of information that's out there on all this stuff that's declassified, and their attention to detail to utilize that information to create a simulation from. A lot of that stuff wasn't as readily available as it is today, or if it wasn't easy to get a hold of, I guess. Man, this looks really good. You know, it gives you a whole new perspective on all the different terrain that's out there when you fly in a helicopter in these maps. Especially like for cityscapes. You know, I really like the Nevada map a lot, and that Vegas scenery, but I have to admit now, the Dubai, it's definitely more metropolitan, you know what I mean? It's more of a cityscape, I guess, because of the buildings and the objects and whatnot. But I like the way that the mountain ranges and desert is rendered, and how it looks in the Nevada map versus this, if that makes any sense. Oh, there's that place I want to land at. I know how this ends. It doesn't end well, because I tried this yesterday and tore my helicopter tail, Huey tail, completely off, and then just, you know, went into a fiery fur ball onto the ground. It was ugly. But we're going to fly towards it for the hell of it. 120, 130 FPS, not bad. I think once I get to the point that I'm comfortable enough with this, that I can get this thing to speed down to a hover, slow it down enough to pull that off. I bet you I will be able to land this on there. And there's guys out there that are that good. Like I said, I'm 49 years old. My memory sucks. I have a really hard time remembering things, you know, from one day to the next at times. I'm more of a guy that learns things by doing things over and over again. So if I do things 5 times and then don't do them again for 6 months, I completely forgot. Oh, look at this. The time of day has changed a little bit, and the lighting of the city is pretty awesome. As you see in the distance, all these houses have some lights turning on down here, and then look in the distance at how the big buildings are lit up, man. That looks freaking amazing. This is pretty cool, guys. It's a good time to be into simulations, man. It really, really is. I hope people are really enjoying this stuff. You know, like, you always get a couple haters, and I get it, man. I've been posting a video a day since the F-16 came out, and I know my content isn't Spud Knocker or Mags or, you know, some of these other guys that are the big YouTubers that do this stuff, because they'll do missions and tutorials, and, you know, they'll play a whole mission and do everything perfectly, you know. I'm a simulation enthusiast of almost 3 decades, but I have fun, and I enjoy doing things the way I do them. I'm not out to do things perfectly. I'm not out for perfection. I think I represent average Joe. You know what I mean? When it comes to this stuff. I'm not that guy that's going to sit here and tell you I'm better than everybody. Man, it would be really nice if I could set this thing down, but I know I can't. I'm going to smack this pole to get close to it. Whoa! We knew how that was going to end. Hey, at least I exploded right on the pad, right guys? That was pretty good. So, I'm not going to waste any more time. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you've enjoyed the cityscape, because there's really a lot to like here, you know? It looks really, really good at 3840 by 1080 and in 2D. So again, I'm going to leave it at that, and I want to thank you guys for watching. And again, I hope you're enjoying these things. I know the majority of you do. There's a couple people out there like, you're posting too much stuff, blah, blah, blah. I'm just trying to have fun and share my fun with people, you know, and show people how cool this can be and how much fun it can be and the things you can do to have fun, you know. You don't have to complete a mission perfectly to have a good time in this kind of stuff. I think just flying around and looking at the scenery is fun some days. I think just blowing up shit is fun some days, you know. I want to complete the campaigns too, and I'll do that. There's a couple of them I've came close, but I'm going to leave it at that. So again, I hope you guys are enjoying everything, and please subscribe to the channel, and I'm going to leave it at that. So until next time.